Dear friends, welcome to PWP Professionals with Passion. Today we are going to learn the differences between margin analysis versus costing based COPA. So we are going to learn more about the differences between margin analysis and costing based COPA. First of all, the term is new, margin analysis. So instead of directly calling account based COPA, so I'm calling as margin analysis. The reason behind is in S4 HANA, COPA term is replaced by a margin analysis. So we are calling this as a margin analysis. So now we are going to learn about the differences between margin analysis and costing based COPA. So type of COPA first of all. So account based COPA is recommended in S4 HANA. Casting based COPA is still available, but SAP is recommending to use account based COPA. Why the reason behind is account based COPA is more flexible with flexible and easy to reconcile. These are many advantages are there. So the main advantage, no need to reconcile separately. So in ECC casting based COPA we are using. So ECC is recommending casting based COPA where account based COPA is also feasible. And second thing we need to consider about data structure. In account based COPA, what we need to consider? So only characteristics we need to consider while generating the operating concern. And in casting based COPA, we are having characteristics and value fields. So data structure is mainly you can find while creating the operating concern, and it is still available to change for additions or deletions. So data structure, while setting up a data structure, we should be cautious. If you select account based COPA, system will not provide the will not provide the feasibility to add value fields. So value fields are available only in casting based COPA. And currencies. So currencies can be stored in like if you are using the account based COPA, we can store the currencies in three levels. And if you post the document, we can find the currencies in three levels. That is what we need to understand. And if you are using the casting based COPA, we can find the documents in operating concern currency and the company code currency. So these currencies we can find while creating concern. So there we can select the type of currency which we are going to use. The next point is reconciliation. If you are using the account-based COPA, it is always reconciled with the financial accounting. No need to reconcile separately. If you are using the casting-based COPA, we need to reconcile the COPA versus financial accounting. Earlier, we are using the transaction code KE24 to do these things. So that report will give the difference between COPA versus financial accounting. And next point is tables. What are the tables we are going to use in account-based COPA? So now all the data characteristics and everything COPA related documents, everything will be posted to AC Doka. It's a universal journal we are calling. So in addition to that, CO table, COEP, COSP, and COEJ we are using, and these are the table we are using, and the data is getting stored in these tables. And if you see casting based COPA, the data is storing in C1, C2, C3, and C4 tables. The XX I have given for operating concern. So if you are giving your operating concern 4-digit code, so you will get this data: actual line items, plan line items, segment items. So these are the COPA storage, like where you are going to store. And if you want to extract the things, you can use these tables. And COGS posting, so cost of goods sold, so when it is getting triggered, so this is the point. So if you are using a casting based COPA, like in ECC, it is triggering while uh, billing, so while posting the billing document. And if you are using the account based COPA in margin analysis, the document COGS posting will hit during the post goods issue document delivery. So during the delivery, like. And future innovations. So SAP is recommending account-based COPA in margin analysis, as it is completely reconciled with AC Docker table, and as it is completely reconciled with the financial accounting. So SAP is concentrating more on account-based COPA in margin analysis. Still, the functionality of casting-based COPA is available in margin analysis, but SAP stops innovating the things in casting-based COPA. So better to shift the process to account-based COPA. So if the organizations which are using casting-based COPA can continue to run the reports which are available in current SAP, but if they are going to uh, if they are going to implement HANA, so that time they need to go for account-based COPA. That is recommendable. Because why it is recommended is SAP is not going to provide support for casting-based COPA related things. So better to shift the things to S4 HANA and with account-based COPA. Here we are providing the example which is extracted from the SAP. So here, if we are providing like we are going to understand the differences between characteristics and characteristic values, and we can also identify the value fields. So value fields we are available only in casting based COPA, but if you are using the margin analysis, we can find revenue discount COGS as a GL accounts. So general ledger postings like one against these values we can find against the GL accounts in the AC Docker table. And if you see the region, product group and customer we have discussed, and here characteristics we are discussing, sales region we are discussing. In the there is a possibility if you just concentrate on sales region, so that we can understand the topic like what are the differences between characteristics and characteristic values. Here sales region is there. There are multiple regions will be there under sale regions like south, north and east, west. So here if you post the document, we can identify, so this document is from which region. So here we are mentioning north. So there is a possibility of getting the data from south and east or anything. And rules for production. So production 1, 2, 3 or something. And product group. So we are dividing the product group in multiple levels of groups will be there. So here one document is saying that it's related to electronics. And customers. So multiple customers are there. So from which customer we are getting this revenue. So that is what we mentioned here. So these are the left side items we are calling as a characteristics, and this right side items we are calling as characteristic groups values. Sorry. So these are calling as a characteristic values. Here we can understand the differences between table related information. So C1, 2, 3, 4, which are storing actual plan, summarization records and profitability segments. At the same time, we have given the corresponding tables in account base, and maximum things we can get it from AC Docker in HANA, like margin analysis, we can get everything from AC Docker table. So here I mentioned clearly about value type 4 and 11 only posted to AC Docker, and here I am giving COSP which are related to plan line items. Here we are going to discuss about the data flow to COPA. So how the data is getting posted into SAP and what is the result of COPA. So after implementing profitability analysis like profitability module or margin analysis module. So what is the outcome to the management is reporting. So we can bring the report in different uh, aspects like they can analyze the profit in revenue or profit in multiple angles. So here I have shown a simple report, one like getting the revenue and reducing the discounts, we are getting the net revenue. Later, if you are deducting the sales and distribution cost and COGS, we can get the COGM. Later, if you are deducting the administration, so we can get the total net profit. So for calculating these things, so we need to have integration with the SD and FICO, and how the values are getting from SD module is from SD module we are getting the quantities, revenue, discounts, and within FI as sales and distribution cost and CO administration cost we will get, and we can use the assessment cycles and month-end distribution cycles to flow the data from FICO to margin analysis. Later, we can execute the COPA report to get the actual or net revenue. So after getting the revenue or net profit, so we can get the details at a characteristic level. So that is the main advantage of COPA or margin analysis. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.